Hello, this is Beyond Aliens and the Occult. You can call me V also. Uh, Wanted to make a short video today about a certain topic. As you might know, there's a lot of symbolism and references. Excuse my English. I'm not from English native talking country. I'm from Sweden, so I have an accent and stuff. My topic today on this video was about the references we have to reptilians everywhere, not just in our mythology and religions and old native cultures, but in front of our very own eyes, laying in front of us in plain sight today. Like, for example, these photos here, taken a few days ago on a stroll around my municipality. I've noticed in open square town, these statues here that resemble reptilians. They look very much like the reptilians seen in that Norwegian park, made by some artist way back. That's just filled with reptilians symbolism everywhere. And they caught my attention, these statues, or the statue, because it looks like a reptilian that is either hiding itself, or it's like it's some kind of subliminal message. I have a hard time deciphering it, but it's blatantly reptilian subliminal message, and it's quite intriguing, because I heard like a weird conspiracy theory the other day on a Facebook group I was member of. I removed myself after a while because it got like infested with trolls. Excuse me. There was a forum post, about it sure sounds like a typical conspiracy, like tinfoil hat, like the most probably like most eyes very tinfoil like conspiracy. But anyway, it's interesting due to all the things I've experienced myself and seen related to reptilians here in Sweden and Scandinavia, and my own personal experiences with weird people that can't be explained in any normal logical manner. And the dude on the site, he said that Scandinavia and Sweden in general is like an unknown or secret base for the reptilians, and that it's a secret superpower that the world doesn't know about, and reptilians have their bases here in Sweden. And since most people are skeptic by nature and don't believe in much here in Sweden, and are it's like the perfect location. And I've been thinking about it myself, because I've seen so much symbolism to the occult and reptilians and gargoyles emerging everywhere now. Why is the municipalities, the why are the people working for the community, the government and stuff, making all of these symbolism to reptilians everywhere? It's weird. It's very much occultish, very occult symbolism everywhere from the major city to the small municipalities. On the town squares, you can find this reptilian and demonic looking references everywhere. And the people working for the government are making these, are allowing the artists to make these sculptures. So I wonder what the purpose are, the symbolic nature of it. And I don't know if it's just coincidence. I don't believe in it, but I'll let you speculate yourself. I don't have any answers. I don't claim to know what they represent. It's just my own theories I'm sharing. And the last thing I wanted to say in this video regarding weird anomalous humans I've encountered, because I read all of these encounters everywhere with people that see so-called shape-shifting reptilians and shapeshifters that aren't humans in broad daylight in public, working at local stores or just hanging around somewhere, and all of a sudden they start glitching up or, shape-shifting, and something is off with them, some energy is completely off with them. I've experienced this myself on 2 occasions, and one recent occasion I'm unsure what it was. I didn't see that happened, but the energy I got from the guy is like, oh, I can't explain it. It was so negative and so it was. I can't describe it in another way than malignant. And he emerged on my bus. I was going to take the bus to the. Since I don't have a car, I travel a lot by bus, and trams and all of that. I was going to take the bus during the weekend to the secondhand store. I visit a secondhand store in my municipality. I like the atmosphere and just finding cool stuff, like old school design. I like everything old and gothic, So I go and check on these secondhand stores. And one day when I went on the bus, some weird looking dude just appeared out of nowhere, kind of leaning over the seat, looking at me, and we had eye contact for a few seconds. And I was wearing my glasses that day, but I can still see that he's trying to see my eyes, and I'm looking, and we're staring at each other for several seconds. Nobody says anything. I just had a feeling he's trying to like go deep into my subconscious, and it's so weird. The way he looked, it was unpleasant. I haven't felt that gaze before from a normal human ever. And he just sat across the chairs, the seats next to me on the bus, and he kept staring at me the entire way to the end stop. I tried to just look at him from the side of my eye, the corner of my eye, but to keep an eye on him in case he tries to pull something, if he has a knife, a gun, or anything, and he's trying to attack me. He's a psychopath. I didn't know what I was thinking, but I was keeping my eye on him the entire time. And he just kept staring at me. It was so unpleasant. He must have stared at me like 10 minutes. Just waiting to get eye contact with me, And I finally stepped off the bus at my bus stop, close to the second hand. And I step out, I go off the bus at the doors in the back, so I don't have to run into him but when I pass by. And of course, he does like a weird U-turn when he walks off the bus on the by the doors in the middle, so he can pass by me, And he just has a cigarette in his mouth and he's staring at me like crazy. And I keep staring at him too. I don't remove my gaze because I don't want to show that I'm scared, backing off, all of that. I'm not trying to send out that I want to fight or anything either, but I'm just just sending out that I'm not scared of you, but I'm just minding my own business. That's what I send out in energy. I'm not scared, but I'm not minding my own business. I don't want to fight anybody for no reason. So I keep walking, and I see him make like a weird turn, and I start going a detour so I don't run into him, but because I had a feeling he was going to go the way I went and going to stalk me, And then I keep walking. And I go to the second hand. There is like an open space with a lot of parking lots and some fences and an industrial area. I just try to blend in the parking lot next to a corner by the wall to the fabric, to the factory building, And guess who I see? The same man. He appears out of nowhere. And for some reason, he is also heading to the second hand. And we're a crowd of people waiting for the store to open because we're early, So I stand in the corners, hiding the shadows, basically behind cars and the wall and everything. And I try to peek out sublimely, discreetly, and I see that he's looking for me. He's actually searching for me. And then he is just when he sees me, he starts acting weird and goes stands next to the crowd of people waiting for the store to open, and pretend that he's just chilling and watching the people in the group, like some kind of surveillance dude. And I just had such a bad vibe from this man. I can't remember last time I felt anything like it. I just leave the entire area and walk away and head to a forest part under the beneath the entire factory area where the second hand is. And I'm just thinking to myself, I hope he doesn't show up. I hope he doesn't follow me because I have to defend myself if so, because this guy is probably going to try something. I don't know why he's following me around. It's so creepy. What's a creep? I was thinking. I'm not afraid, but I'm still, cautious, in survival instinct mode. My survival instincts are very strong, so I was prepared for having to fend off the dude. And he didn't show up. Thankfully, I waited like 10 minutes. Then I went back to the second-hand store. I don't see him at first when I enter, and then I find like a spot in the second store that is secluded and hidden on a panel with some walls surrounding it, where you can find certain furniture and objects to buy. And I'm standing in a way that it's not easy to find me. And of course, the man shows up next to me. And by then I know this is weird. This is not normal. I didn't say anything. He didn't say anything, but he just pretended he did. He just accidentally happened to end up there. And then he just went away. Didn't buy anything in the store. Just left. I've never seen that man again. I have no idea who it was, what he wanted. I go almost nearly every weekend to that second store. So that man is. I've never felt an energy that malignant and dark from a person before. He didn't say or do anything, but it was the energy. It was so negative, made me so unpleasant. So it's one weird creep I witnessed just a few weeks ago, and I've had encounters with what I believe are shapeshifters, real shapeshifters. I know I sound crazy, but if you take in consideration everything that's going on with aliens, disclosure now, what the Pentagon had said, and all of that, they basically said they are here. So the most secret organizations in the world of intelligence are saying they are here. And that means they are actually on the ground. They are not just flying around in crafts in the air. They are here on the ground, and they are among us. I believe, for 100% certainty, they are among us. And stands to reason they have found ways to merge in with the surroundings. They use some kind of technology or ability, mental psychology. I don't know what kind of abilities they have, but they use ways to blend in with the surroundings. That's obviously more than possible with a super advanced interdimensional species. Just think about what we are doing with holograms and AI today. How AI can recreate people and scenarios that hasn't happened, and our hologram technology is getting so realistic. Imagine what creatures hundreds of thousands of years ahead of us can do. They can so easily pretend to be humans. They can walk around like themselves, but with holographic deception technology around them, creating false humans. They can do so much. They can even be wearing synthetic human skin suits. There's so many possibilities. I'm 100% certain they are among us and walking around every day. So many encounters with people that have experienced weird human encounters, like myself, my own. And I had one many years ago, or it's probably 15 years or 16 years ago. I was working at a job. I was an intern. I think I didn't get the job, so I was working for free, basically used by the system and all of that. And since I have autism and difficulties with everything social, I've had to receive help from my municipality and programs that try to make me, get a job and function in society and all of that. So I was in one of these programs, and one day I was at the post office working, and some new college appeared out of nowhere. I've never seen before. A tall, skinny guy. He was acting all weird. He didn't introduce himself, nothing. He just sat close, on the seats next to me, in front of me on the table, and started working. And he didn't say anything. He just looked at my direction many times. And he just kept staring at me. I removed my gaze from him because I felt unpleasant by it. Like, what are you? Are you obsessed with me? Are you hitting on me? What's the problem? I was thinking to myself, why do you keep staring at me? And I remember that I looked at his eye at one moment, and I saw like an extra eyelid appear over his eyes, and they went from sideways like sharks and some reptiles. It went and it covered his eye like a white extra skin layer of skin that shouldn't be on the human eye. And his eye became completely white for a second, both his eyes. And I noticed this, and he saw that I noticed, and he started acting so nervous, like, I have to go now. And he just went up, he stood up from the table and went away. And I never saw him again. I asked my other college, who was the new college who started today? Was acting weird? Just left all of a sudden. And everyone said, I never seen that dude. You never know, seen him. I don't know what his name is. Everyone said the same. Nobody saw him again. Nobody heard from him again. Nobody knew who he was. He just appeared out of nowhere and disappeared out of nowhere. I'm totally convinced that man was something different. And he was there to check up on me because back then I just started my channel with the UFO sky watching. My sightings were starting to get kind of noticed. So this happened it happened around that time that I opened up my previous channel. And I also had another experience like that with a woman working for the municipality too. She was working at one of these state buildings, in my town. And we had a meeting. I'm not precisely sure what it was, but it was so long ago. And she was talking to me, and she seemed so robotic and so, no emotions, like a machine. She had like I felt no empathy, no nothing from her. She was like completely devoid of emotions. And all of a sudden, I see the same thing happen with her eyes. The extra eyelid emerged, and it covered her eyes, and it became like white, grayish for a second. And she noticed that I noticed, and she started acting all nervous, like she had ticks in her face and sweating, and talking incoherent. She felt like I saw that she had like anxiety. She canceled the. She even has to close the meeting, if before it was done. She had urgent things to do or something, and she was. I'm sorry, I have to go now. I'll speak to you another time. And I never heard from her again. Never seen that woman again. I have no idea who it was. I've never seen that woman ever again. So she behaved just like that dude, the man at the store, post office I mentioned. So I've had these encounters happen to me twice with humans that have like an extra eyelid and start panicking when you notice that they have that, And yeah, so who knows? There might be actually, like reptilian or aliens or interdimensional beings. I'm more into an interdimensional term. I don't believe they are aliens. Like I said, I believe they are from other dimensions, and they're not what we think they are. And they have found ways to camouflage themselves as humans in our society, and they do this frequently with people who are into these subjects, these topics, I believe. And of course I can't prove it, so this is just for entertainment purposes. My video, you can put it that way. I can't prove any of this, and you believe what you want about my opinions and stories. You're free to believe what you want. So all I do here is entertainment, but entertainment that hopefully makes somebody start thinking, and try to figure things out. But these are at least my own experiences that are 100% real, that I've had, and made me think about how it's more than possible that they are among us, and have found ways to just walk around like everyday normal people, but they are something else completely. So I just wanted to share these experiences that I've had, and the photos from the reptilian statues that emerged recently in my town on this video. And hope you found it interesting. And if you had similar experiences yourself, please leave a comment and let me know. I would love to read it. And have a good day. Take care. Farewell. This was Beyond Aliens and Occult.